10 o'clock news starts right now.
Rain like we've never seen before. That's what the governor is saying Hurricane Florence could bring. And he has a warning for everyone in South Carolina. And from bread to fuel to generators, businesses are selling out as people gear up for Hurricane Florence. How it could impact your next trip to the store, coming up. Winds are starting to pick up as this monster storm approaches. We have live team coverage from Myrtle Beach tonight and a look at how the low country is bracing for possible disaster.
Right now, it's about 330 miles from Wilmington, North Carolina. Now, while the storm has weakened slightly, making it a Category 3 hurricane, there's still major concerns, not only for the coast, but also our entire viewing area.
And we have been keeping a very close eye on the track of Hurricane Florence. Chief Meteorologist Kendra Kent has been in the Weather Center all day long. And Kendra, what's the latest on this storm as it gets even closer to the coast?
Well, you know, this storm is weakening a little bit, but it's still a powerful Category 3 hurricane.
Fox Carolina's Brooklyn Cromer is live at the boardwalk. So, Brooklyn, have you seen any changes heading into tonight?
Well, the wind has fluctuated on and off throughout the day, but one thing that we've really noticed over the last couple of hours are the waves that you see here behind me. They are getting more and more rough by the hour, and we know that this is just the very beginning, and those conditions are expected to get much worse. Earlier, I talked to emergency management, and they say the window for people to get out is closing in, and if anyone is on the fence, they should leave now.
And lane reversals will end tomorrow. Troopers will start breaking down those barricades on I-26 and Highway 501 at noon. Crews will open back up 501, and then at 6 p.m. I-26 will be back to normal. So if you're in the area, pay attention to the directions of those troopers. Both operations are expected to take around 4 hours. There are people in hospitals trying to get moved right now inland as well.
Yeah, hospitals all around our area are opening their doors to evacuees, and new patients are slowly trickling in, which has caused some backup in emergency rooms.
Fox Carolina's Kayla Conboy is live right now in our newsroom. And Kayla, how are they making room for these new evacuees?
Well, that's been the tricky part for some hospitals. They're trying to discharge patients as soon as they can, as soon as they're healthy and ready to go, because it's the bed space that's pretty hard to find. But hospitals want to keep the care coming so they can take in as many evacuees as they can. Greenville and Anderson hospitals tell me they're expecting more to come in tonight and tomorrow, mostly from the Grand Strand area. And right now, in order to make room, they are using hallways and wings of the hospital that aren't used very often to house those new patients.
Today, we got the chance to talk one-on-one with South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, we caught up with him at GSP Airport before he was heading back to D.C., and here's what he had to say about Hurricane Florence.
You know, I've seen a lot of these things, like most people in South Carolina. This is shaping up to be really, really bad. You could go without power for weeks, not days. If you fall down and get hurt, something happens to you, nobody's going to come and get you anytime soon, because it's going to be devastating in terms of the rain and the wind combined.
And as we've seen, those evacuees are rushing to the upstate ahead of Hurricane Florence.
Fox Carolina's Shell Ramin caught up with several of them today. So, Shell, we've seen businesses and we've really seen roads across the upstate filling up. You can see the congestion all around Greenville.
Oh, without a doubt, Cody. If you were on I-85 earlier today, you know for yourself it was bumper to bumper, Woodruff Road, more congested than usual. And that's where I found a ton of evacuees who had to leave their homes in a hurry and really with only the bare necessities. Take a look at one family we spoke to. They had to call at least a dozen hotels in and out of the upstate to find a place to stay here tonight. They're from Wilmington, and they grabbed only what they could last night and hit the road with 3 different families in those cars. They say they don't have much with them, but as long as they're all together, that's enough for them. They say they have other family and friends just scattered across the country, trying to find someplace safe before this hurricane gets here.
Pretty bad, because like, what if we get back like from here, from where we're at, to back to North Carolina and Leland, and if like, what if you see like your house is not there and all that? That's a pretty bad feeling.
People from across the country are doing what they can to get help in fast.
In Miami, the Coast Guard loaded up their helicopters and headed north, so they'll be ready to help as soon as they are needed.
And volunteers in Pennsylvania have spent all day getting items ready to send to areas most impacted. Thousands of supply items have been packed up and are ready to ship out to the areas in need. once Florence hits.
And even from as far as California, search and rescue teams began packing up to make their way to the East Coast. They say their sole mission, though, is to hit the ground as soon as they get there to start going through neighborhoods.